Hello everyone, and welcome to 99 Episode 3. We are your hosts, Man of Stage, and...
Sarah and Prince.
And together we are Bridge Boys Broadcasting. We got some really dramatic reveals at the end of Episode 2 that, in case you are jumping in...
Yes, we did.
We will not necessarily go into. We've got some of our theories that are blown full of holes, and some of our other theories, some of us were more on point with them than others.
And some theories that were 100% correct.
Yep. Let's see how it is working with Haruka and Rig Veda, which is exactly where I think this episode is going. Let's get into it. Going right into a day. Scarcely half a month has passed since the new term began, and I became a second year. And yet, this has been perhaps the most eventful 15 days of my entire life. It all started at the festival.
Recap.
A while back, there was this anime called Mobius Ring, The Cycle of Reincarnation. For those of you who watched the previous 2 episodes, you can skip this part. The town I live in, Shiromitsugawa, helped sponsor it as a way of promoting tourism to the area. The show had some convoluted plot based off of the local folklore. It left a big impression on a small group of dedicated fans, but most people regarded it as one of those oddball shows that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Though it went down in anime history as a complete failure, it's unclear whether the big wigs behind the regional sponsorship deal are clueless to the fact or simply aren't willing to admit it. It's been 2 years since the anime aired.
It's the kids who are wrong.
I mean... And so we had the second annual Mobius Festival, a ham-fisted attempt to get some mileage out of the anime despite the local residents' overwhelming opposition to going through the cringeworthy event a second time. If there's a reason that I'm going through this so quickly, it's because this is like the 4th time we've done it. Unfortunately, an earthquake happened right as things were getting started, putting an abrupt end to the festivities. To make matters worse, the earthquake shattered the namesake treasure of the Shrine of the White Serpent's relic, a location featured prominently in the anime and also the site of the festival. As a result, a gate opened between our world and a parallel dimension. I wish I was joking. But no, that really happened. After that, we found a statue that turned out to be a petrified human. That was the start of my surreal half-month. The next major incident was when one of the students from my school, Hakusen Academy, set the building ablaze using some strange power. During the fray, my classmate Miyako Kujo used some kind of superpower to extinguish the source of the flames. And if that wasn't crazy enough, one of the residents of this parallel world, Sophitia, showed up at my house. After seeing so many crazy things, all I could do was believe the story she told me. It appeared all of these incidents had been caused by powerful objects known as artifacts. They spilled into our world from Sophitia's, but they look like ordinary jewelry. But surprise, they're actually liquid. Weird. They grant their wielders immense power, but are also liable to drive them insane. Not even Sophitia knows how many artifacts have found their way into our world. We still haven't caught the murderer behind the petrification incidents, and there's a real possibility that other malicious users with no reservations about utilizing their powers might pop up. If that happens, there'll be even more innocent victims. Worse, if the other villains appear, they might spur the user of the evil eye to commit even greater atrocities. I've teamed up with Kujo to catch the culprit, and our first course of action has been to look for trustworthy users to win over to our cause. I figured searching for allies would take some time, but to my surprise, we found another user pretty easily. Turns out my sister, Sora, of all people, is a user too. I never expected
And nothing else happened.
Not in this branch. I never expected someone that close to me would be wrapped up in all of this. Getting another comrade so quickly was kind of anticlimactic, really. Anyway, after recruiting my sister, we started checking out the fan forums for the Mobius Ring anime to see if any real users had been posting there. Eventually, we ran across someone who looked like they fit the bill. Haruka Kosaka, a third year from my school who's always surrounded by a harem of dudes. Her popularity is unnatural, and her overbearing regal demeanor is pretty similar to this person called Queen of Eden we found on the forums. We thought there was a pretty good chance that she was another user, so we decided to investigate her. Unfortunately, things didn't go quite as planned. Sora, whose ability is perfect for covert ops, offered to tail Kosaka for us, but then she got caught by Kosaka's comrades. They introduced themselves as Rig Veda and invited us to join their organization. Their leader is a guy called Commander, and his goal is to create a paradise for users. He said that in order to achieve that goal, he was willing to kill if necessary. Naturally, there was no way I'd cooperate with a guy like that, so I refused his invitation. He didn't like that one bit.
そうか。ならば、君たちは敵だな。
And thus, he declared war on us. It was a dicey situation. None of our artifacts were suited for fighting. But we couldn't afford to let a man as dangerous as Commander run free. Just as we'd resolved to fight,
組みせぬ者は暴力で排除する。野蛮な思考。それで新人類とは呆れるわね。
just as we resolved to fight, somebody too quiet to hear came on stage. An unexpected ally appeared. Nine Ball's Parfait Queen, Noa Yuki. Turns out she was a user, and just like us, she didn't agree with Rig Veda's ideals or methods. She engaged Commander in the most cringy power level debate I've ever seen. It's a really good way to describe that scene, actually. The ridiculous Chuny argument helped dispel the tension between our two groups, though, and Rig Veda left without a fight.
Oh yeah, well I can turn Super Saiyan too. Oh yeah, well I can...
お兄ちゃん。
Well, I can get threatened by this blonde woman. Oh no, she is a Super Saiyan. That was the parting remark one of Rig Veda's members left for me as she departed. Unwilling to be outdone on the Chuny scale, Yuki went on to create the Valhalla Society to fight Rig Veda, and we ended up becoming part of it. We're pretty certain that the evilized user, the one who turned that poor girl to stone, is one of Rig Veda's members. As a fellow user, it's my responsibility to stop them. My resolve renewed, I go to bed. Alright.
Just a funny way to word that. It's my duty to stop them. Another day, I'm going to sleep.
I will stop them tomorrow.
忘れ物はないかな。
Please forget the last route. Please forget the last route.
It was an entirely different branch, it's all fine. Sora rifles through her bag. It's the day after our run-in with Rig Veda. Sora must have felt bad about getting caught, since she looked pretty despondent last night. It probably didn't help that Ghost threatened her like that either. Hell, I'm still pissed off about that too. But right now, we need to be careful. There's no telling when those guys might try and attack us.
よし、完璧。
Sora closes her bag and gets to her feet.
いや、早く遅刻するよ。
We've still got plenty of time.
急ぎたくないじゃん。準備できてるならもう行こうよ。
That's not what you said last route.
Alright, alright.
Urged on by Sora, I sling my bag over my shoulder and head to the front door.
行くよ、行くよ。
And away we go. I'm just imagining her just leading with her shoulders slanted sideways. Da 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 da.
Hey, not so fast.
Too late. Sora grabs me by the arm and pulls me outside before I even have time to finish putting my shoes on. Wait, my shoes!
おー、いい天気。
My feet are cold.
Boy, this seems like a good place for my left shoe. What's with you today? Let me go.
いいじゃん。照れんなよ。
No, don't.
Not in this timeline.
Nope.
Oh, you're annoying.
おい、今小声でなんつった？おい。
Yeah, I wanted you to. I disentangle myself from Sora, and we start walking to school. It looks like she's still not over the events of yesterday, and now I'm the one that has to suffer for it. She hasn't left my side since waking up. She even tried to go to the bathroom with me. Talk about moronic. I mean, what kind of sister does that, really?
お昼買ってくよね。
Yep.
私の分も買っ
Not a chance.
Denied.
くそ。
My name is Kakeru. We stop by the convenience store and grab some sandwiches and drinks. Even though we left home early, we still run into the one person I really didn't want to see. But it's okay, she's not in Empress mode.
おっと。
Sora stops in her tracks. Kosaka-senpai is standing in the middle of the sidewalk as though she's waiting for someone. For once, she doesn't have her boy toys with her.
Well, let's go.
あ、うん。
There's no point in standing around glaring at each other. I also feel like we'd be giving in if we detoured around her, so I decide to walk straight past her. Goodbye. As we brush by, Kosaka-senpai looks like she wants to say something to us. But I only spare her a brief glance, so I can't be sure. Chalking it up to my imagination, I resolutely keep going. However... Oh, she's fast when she wants to be. Kosaka-senpai runs to catch up with us. She dashes past us and silently waits a short distance ahead. She just keeps doing that over and over again the entire route to school. She's looking straight at us. But I keep pretending I'm imagining things and walk past her again.
You're right.
However, she does it again. Undeterred, she runs past us once more, and this time she meets my gaze. Fortunately, she's not the user of the evil eye, so it doesn't do anything. She even looks like she's gathering her courage to say something.
なんすかね。
Would you like to buy these Girl Scout cookies?
She probably wants to talk to us.
声かけた方がいいんでしょうか。
If we don't, I get the feeling we're going to keep up this ridiculous act all the way to school.
Ah, so it would have been a bit. Sighing, we stop in front of Kosaka-senpai.
What do you want?
Kosaka-senpai averts her gaze and takes several steps back. You're the one who wanted to talk to us, so what's with the wimpy attitude? Well, I guess I am acting a bit confrontational. Right now, she's in her timid personality, not her Empress one. I take a deep breath to calm myself, then ask her again.
You want to talk about something, right?
Oh, we're gonna be late for school.
え、
She steps up to Sora, pushes something into her hands, and runs off. What is with that girl?
え、なんなの？
You have been given the kiss of death.
Is that a letter?
あ、うん、ぽいけど、ラブレター？
We just got a letter, but we know who it's from.
I wonder who it's from.
We know who it's from.
I wonder which one of them it's from.
Ah.
For a moment, I thought that too, but that's ridiculous, right?
だよね。なんだろう。何怖い。
Man, take a look at it.
あー、うん。兄やん、開けて！
Hey, our first one of the episode.
Why me?
カミソリとか入ってたら怖い。
Like a Motorola razor?
No way she'd do something that creepy.
Yeah, who uses those phones anymore? Sighing, I take the envelope and casually break the seal. Cautiously, not casually. I'm just like, I don't give a shit.
Psh,
There's no razor inside. Just a neatly folded piece of paper. I pull it out.
There's not even an engage.
Oh man, I don't know that anybody remembers those. They were not popular.
No, they were not.
I pull it out, unfold it, and skim the contents.
Yeah, it's for you.
マジでラブレター
You'll know when you read it.
怖い。読んでよ。
Read it yourself.
I push the letter into Sora's hands. Reluctantly, she starts reading.
昨日はごめんなさい。私では止められませんでした。謝罪文
Yeah, seems like it.
よければ連絡くださいって ID まで書いてある。話したいことあるって。
What do you want to do?
どうすんだって。どうすればいいの
I mean, we are technically their enemies, so you could ignore it if you wanted to. If you want, I can be the one to message her.
でも本気で謝ろうとしてたらそれ失礼じゃない
You're being surprisingly thoughtful, considering.
昨日高坂先輩だけは心配してくれてたんだよね。話してあげたらとか言ってくれてたし。
I see we're still very much in the part of the branch that is almost identical to the previous branch.
Oh, right. You did mention that.
だから、ちょっと私連絡取ってみる。
Okay. That's... I was not expecting that. It's not even a choice. Okay, I guess we're going to stop Sora. Okay. Wait, or is there a hidden choice somewhere around here? No. No, there's no hidden choice.
It'd be funny if there was.
I know, actually, that would be brilliant.
Actually, on second thought, I think I should be the one to talk to her after all.
別に大丈夫だと思うけどな。
No, the only problem is going to be waiting for her to actually get a word out.
But you're still worried anyway, right?
まあ。
So let me do it.
じゃあお願いしよっかな。
You got it.
へへ、シスコンね。心配性だな、ニーヤンは。
Not a siscon.
You've seen nothing. Got a problem with that?
Wait, we didn't deny it?
お、真面目に返されるのは想定外だった。
Considering what happened yesterday, this really isn't the time to be saying crap like who'd worry about a brat like you.
へへ。じゃあお願いします。
Sure.
I take the letter from Sora and slip it into my pocket. Even if Kosaka-senpai was the only one who tried to help Sora, she still agreed to join a group that condones murder. That's something I can't overlook. Her apology might not be sincere. I won't know for sure until I talk to her.
なんかめっちゃシリアスな顔してる。調子狂う。
Leave me alone. I'm monologuing.
No, don't worry about it. Come on, let's go.
ニーニー、実は結構あの人たちにキレてる？
Extremely.
シスコンね。あ、ダメだ。冗談通じないレベルでガチギレしてる。私が言うのもなんだけど、さっきみたいにいきなり喧嘩腰はダメだよ。先輩だけほんと優しかったから、ほんと。
I know. I won't do anything crazy.
You mean like going to the park in the middle of the night by myself to run into Ghost?
絶対だよ。
Oh yeah.
ニーヤンが危ない目に遭うのも嫌だし、クールにね、クールに。
I know, I know.
Sighing, I relax my tense expression a bit. Really, there's no point in me getting pissed off. I don't even know what my artifact does. and I'm stuck relying on everyone else to bail me out. It'd be lame if I let my anger get the better of me and land me in hot water. I've got to be as calm as possible when talking to Kosaka-senpai. I need to start showing Sora I can be a reliable older brother. So reliable.
はーい。数学の宿題プリント回収しますよ。後ろから前に回して。
Oh, I didn't do my math work. As homeroom drones on, I take my phone out onto the desk and surreptitiously glance at the screen. I've already added Kosaka-senpai's ID to my contacts, so I can message her anytime. Honestly, there's no real need to rush, but I want to put Sora's worries to rest as soon as possible. That being said, I have no idea what message I should send.
Yo, girl, what to do?
Sora did say not to be too confrontational, so... Got it. You don't know me, but I know where you live. No, that's not right. Good morning. I'm Sora's brother. I realize you want to apologize to Sora, but she's still a little worried about talking to you, so I'm contacting you in her stead. That's a good enough introduction, I think. Wait, this is still pretty confrontational, isn't it? I'm basically saying I don't trust her. What's a nicer way of saying this? I'm sorry for being so aggressive this morning. Thank you for trying to help Sora last night. If I add that, it sounds nicer, right? Fuck. Now I just sound like I'm a syscon. Whatever.
Well,
Let's just hit send. Who cares what anyone thinks? That's how I got through the last route. But it was easier because nobody could perceive us. Barely a second after I tap send, the message red checkmark shows up. Kosaka-senpai must have been staring at her phone this whole time, waiting for a message. A reply comes almost instantly. Damn girl, how fast do you type? Fast. Good morning. This is Haruka Kosaka. I'm sorry, I should have realized that she'd still be wary of me. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have made such a shameless request. That's 2 I'm sorries in 2 sentences. I'm kind of feeling guilty for doubting her now. She sends a follow-up message while I'm still trying to figure out how to reply. I'm sorry about what's happened yesterday. I couldn't stop those 2 even though I wanted to. All I could do was worry. That's 3 I'm sorries.
I was about to say, like, you know, he's distrustful of her because she joined a group that condones murder. But she didn't know that when she joined, number 1. And number 2, she does not seem like the kind of person, as an understatement, to have the courage to be like, well, you know, they're pretty good with killing people. Guess I'll just tell them I don't want to be in.
No. Even her other personality, I don't think has the gall to try and pull that off, especially with somebody like Ghost.
No.
Well, and I don't think we've actually gotten to the point yet in our interactions where we know enough about her to say, oh, okay, well, she's not okay with the murder part. She did, in that first meeting, say something about not condoning violence, but it's like, boy, is that real? Is that a bluff? We don't know yet.
Yeah.
That's strange. Something about her phrasing catches my attention. She said she couldn't stop them. Does that mean... I quickly type out a reply. Could it be that you actually don't like those guys that much? Like before, she reads it right away. But this time there's no reply.
はーい、ホームルーム終わり。起立例は省略。
She is the worst teacher.
She's literally the worst.
Ms. Naruse stacks up the worksheets she collected, then leaves the classroom. Once she's gone, the students start chatting with each other. There's only 5 minutes until first period. I guess it's probably better to continue my conversation with Senpai during lunch or after school.
Kakeru! 何まったりしてんの? 早く行かないと.
Don't you come up to me all buddy-buddy, I know what you're up to. I mean, I don't.
Well, no, we don't.
No, we really don't.
Where are we going?
Clap, clap, clap.
スマホばっかいじってるから聞き逃すんだよ。今日は視聴覚室でするんだってさ、1時間目。
Oh, sweet. roll out the media cart.
What, are we gonna be watching a documentary or something?
かもね。早く行こうよ。
Sure.
I slide my chair back and stand up. Just then, my phone vibrates. I sneak a quick peek at the screen while I gather up my textbooks. At first, I thought we could be friends, but after what happened last night, I'm a little scared of them. I thought it might be something like that. This changes everything.
かける置いてくよ。
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm coming.
何九条さん
Nah.
絶対女の子だよ。僕にはわかるんだ。感じるんだ。
What kind of pointless sixth sense is that? Come on, let's go.
I follow Yuichi out of the classroom. Those messages are to be believed. Senpai's suspicious of Rig Veda. Of course, it could all be a trick, but if not, then there'll be a transition screen. Lo and behold.
高坂先輩を仲間に誘おうと。
Yeah.
We hold our usual meeting at 9 ball after school. Kujo's still on the clock, though, so it's hard to have a lengthy discussion.
そうだね。不安に思っているなら私たちと一緒に。はい。ごめんね。また後で。後で連絡するんで、先輩はお仕事に集中してください。
There we go, Sora the secretary, back to work.
お願いします。
Kujo runs off to take a customer's order. I sip the soda I ordered while Sora gives me a puzzled look.
今朝あんなに怒ってたのに、仲間に誘おうなんて言うと思わなかった。
Only if she isn't lying, that is.
ほほう、まだ完全に信用したわけではないと。
Do you?
Of course not.
メッセージどれくらいやり取りしたの？ちょっとだけ？
Yeah, just sent a few messages back and forth this morning. She wanted to tell you she's sorry.
Times 4.
他には？
Nope.
うわなんかうわそれならやっぱ私が連絡したかったな。
We've already seen what happens if
You
you...
had your turn.
Yeah.
Well, she definitely sounded sorry in her texts. She also sounded like she was scared of me.
喧嘩腰やめろって言ったじゃん。
I didn't.
I was polite, okay? But I did feel a little bad for being so weary of her, but still.
が
This might all be part of some ploy.
まあね、なんとも言えないけどね。
I'll text her again tonight.
仲間にならないかって？
It's a bit early for that. Though I did think of another idea.
別？
I can offer to join her group instead.
Oh ho ho. That's a twist.
I'll infiltrate Rig Veda.
おお？
Sora cocks her head, looking at me like I'm crazy.
何のために？
I've been thinking.
うん。
She's on to us.
Ah, I know better than that. You never think. You just do.
If Senpai joined us, what do you think those guys would do?
どうなるって。ああ。
You could see them being all like, traitors must be punished, right?
You know? Probably.
なりそう。てかなるよね。
Especially Takamine.
Especially Takamine. Right, they were ready to attack us just because we refused to join them. There's no way they'd let a traitor off the hook.
だから高坂先輩を裏切らせるんじゃなく、自らが敵の懐に飛び込もうと。
I think that's the safer bet. Plus, it'll give me the chance to figure out what kind of person Senpai's really like.
I don't know that safer bet is the right choice of words, but sure, it's a plan.
You know, it is a plan.
It is. It's fractionally more baked than his plan to try and face off against Ghost by himself.
You know what? It is a better plan.
納得できないでもないけど、私らの目的ってさ、
To go down the route, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
石化事件の犯人を見つけることでしょ?
Well, we'll be finding out what makes us hard. Wait.
It is.
その、何?魔眼のユーザーをさ、司令官って人が肯定?擁護してたけどさ、あの中にいるかはわかんないじゃん。
Okay.
Well, it turns out.
I'm curious. Why is she teary-eyed? Do you notice that?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's, you know, I don't know.
It's just odd.
ただの生きった中二集団かもしれないじゃん。無視するのもありなんじゃないって私は思うんだけど。
Oh no, we put the wrong Sora sprite in that scene. She's not supposed to be sad.
魔眼のユーザーがいるって分かってるなら潜入もいいと思うけどさ、まだ分かんないわけじゃん。
I'm just so happy. Angry face.
それを確かめるためにニーヤンがああいうのと絡むのどうかなって思うわけですよ、私は。
That's okay. If I get in too deep, you can just erase my presence. Wait. Oh. Boy, we're getting a lot of choices that aren't really choices right now, aren't we?
Look, technically it's still a choice. You have to click.
Well, you know what? You're right. I could choose just to exit the game right now.
No, the Evil Eyes user is definitely part of Rig Veda.
え、そうなの?
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
どんな?
What do you mean, why?
This is my sixth sense. It's only marginally more useful than Yoichi's.
いやだから確信があるんでしょ?
Yeah.
根拠っていうか証拠とか見つけたの?
Oh, Sora the lawyer all of a sudden.
Oh, you want evidence, eh?
Looking for facts and logic. No, not really.
いや、あれ? 根拠も証拠もないのに確信が?
I'm sure that I don't have proof.
Yes.
なんでこの人自信たっぷりなの?
Good point. Why am I so sure?
That's what the floating blue button on the screen told me.
Actually, this is really
大丈夫?
interesting.
ニーニ大丈夫?
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's subconsciously getting memories from other timelines.
Actually, that might be what is happening when you really think about it.
I think that actually is what's happening. He's subconsciously getting the memories he has from other timelines.
I kind of wonder if maybe that could be a side effect of his artifact or a side effect of him being a singularity. It's just like the more...
Yeah. Because I kind of think, the true mastery of his artifact would be, literally knowing everything from all of the timelines.
Yeah.
And being able to, make yours perfect by the trial and error of infinite multitude.
Maybe that's what the new episode is.
It might be.
I have no idea.
I wonder why. Look, I can't really explain it, but I know I'm right.
ちなみに誰なの?
That part I don't know.
Yoichi.
Well, we don't know that he's the user of the evil eye.
You are correct. We only know he's a bad guy and
Yes.
he's working with Sophie, but we don't know if he is the guy.
Or Isof. That's true. Because, we do know that Ghost and Takamine were both retainers, but we don't know who the original user of the evil eye is just yet.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. It's Ghost.
うわ、言い切った。
No, it's weird. I've got no proof either, but it's Ghost. No doubt about it.
But also Takamine.
もしかして、ようやく目覚めた力に。
Maybe.
I look down at my hand. I clench it into a fist, then open it. Like Kujo...
I can make a fist.
All right. Like Kujo and Sora, I'm technically a user. But I have no clue what my power is. But I do have some clue of my fine motor skills. According to Sophie, I fit all the criteria for a user, but I don't remember ever getting an artifact. It's actually really been bothering me that I'm the only powerless one in the group. However...
なんか感じるの？こう、何？ふつふつと湧き出る力的な？
No, but my left eye's been twitching.
No, not at all.
ないのかよ。
But
I curl my fingers into a fist again. Yep, still have my motor skills.
just it reminds me of Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, yeah. There's no special sensation or a rush of power. However, I do feel this inexplicable discomfort.
Is this my power? I just unconsciously feel like my prediction has to be right. I know that's a weird thing to say, but that's how it feels. Like I have absolute faith in my own work.
ああ、なるほど。ニーヤン、そういうタイプか。星に蓄積された膨大な記憶から必要な情報を引き出すとか、そんなやつだ。
You know, she's not terribly wrong.
Hmm?
Doesn't that make me a total support class, though? Whatever. If it's useful, I can't complain. Anyway, I'll ask Sophie about it.
困った時の異世界人ですな。
I never complain about being the support class. In every MMO or action game, I always play a healer.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's an incredibly useful role.
Also, like years ago, you know, anytime you join any type of game and everyone's like looking for stuff, they're always looking for like a good healer. So you always have people who are like, hey, you.
I mean, it's also really useful for things like D&D, because you never know when you're going to need a healer.
Yeah.
Sometimes you run out of healing potions.
I get the feeling she's not going to respond, though.
She will if it's convenient for her.
てか、もし本当ならやばくない？殺人犯の仲間になるとか。
Well, I could just be imagining things. I want to find out some proof that Ghost really is the Evil Eyes user, just to be sure I'm not going crazy.
確かに証拠は必要だけど。
危ないことだけはしないでね。
Ah, when were you listening in?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Kujo must have been listening to our conversation while waiting tables, since she says that to me as she walks past. How loud are we having this conversation?
So I think the Ghost
It's been petrifying people! Everybody in the restaurant just kind of turns and looks. I admit this is a dangerous proposition, but...
We've got to take some risks, or we won't get anywhere.
それはそうだけど、そもそもどう飛び込むの？喧嘩売ってるじゃん、昨日。
Go up to Takamine. Hey, so I changed my mind. You guys still hiring?
You know what? It's not the worst idea. Kosaka-senpai's power involves charming people, right?
多分そうじゃ。ああ、操られた体で行くってこと？
Yep, I'll pretend Senpai used her powers on me, and that's why I want to join them. Hell, I can ask her to actually use her powers if I need it to be convincing.
That couldn't possibly backfire.
それならいける
Although to be fair,
のか？
it all depends on his acting talent. If he's like, I am a zombie, I want to join you.
Kakeru hungry. Kakeru want eat.
No way to know for sure until I talk to Senpai about it.
うちのリーダーには
Who are you talking about? Oh, Yuki.
I thought I was the leader.
さすがに勝手に決めちゃまずいっしょ。
I feel like she's either going to be really into this plan, or she's going to be
Or-
absolutely opposed to it.
Really not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be anything in between.
I get the feeling she'd try to stop me if I told her.
正義のヒーローって雰囲気だったから、そういう
I
小
was
細
about
工
to say,
好き
there
じゃ
is
な
a
さそうな
good
感じ
chance
はあ
she'd
る
be
ね。
like, heroes don't use this tactic.
You know what? You're probably right.
Well, yeah, I'll at least run it by her once I have a concrete idea about how I'm going to do this. We don't even know if it's possible yet.
Yuki, I'd like to have a conversation with you. We'll meet in the usual place. We sit down on the bench in a park, she's behind the tree. So, hypothetically speaking, no. I didn't even say what my plan was yet. No.
それもそっか。
The funny thing is I can literally see the images of this in my head.
I know, right?
Anyway, I'll talk to Senpai about it.
さっきみやこ先輩も言ってたけど、無茶しないでよ、ほんと。
I won't.
I will. Nodding, I suck on my straw. Is Ghost really the Evil Eye's user? I need to find out if this epiphany of mine is true or not. I really hope I have awoken to my power, and that's why I know. But it doesn't quite feel like I'm using an artifact. I just know. Gripped by indecision, I stare at my phone for a good 10 minutes. I want to send Kosaka-senpai a message, but I don't know how to start the conversation. Can I even trust her? If I ask for her help and it turns out she's actually loyal to Rig Veda, our relationship with them is going to get even worse. If they feel threatened, they might even go after Sora or Kujo. I don't want to put them in danger. I've got to tread carefully here. The problem is,
I'm not really good at this cloak and dagger type of stuff.
guess I just gotta go for it. I'll put my faith in Kosaka-senpai's words. I'll believe she's as suspicious of Rig Veda as she says. Are you free right now? Mind if we chat for a bit? Alright, I broke the ice. This is around the time most people take a bath, so I figured she wouldn't reply right away, but I see the red message checkmark appear pretty quickly. Ah, she brought her phone into the bath. Was she waiting this whole time for me to contact her again? Nah, that's probably just my ego talking. I gaze at my screen, waiting for a reply. I'm free. The moment I read her reply, a wild Sophie appears.
Shazam! Ah,
The space above my table warps, and a stuffed animal with a rather peculiar design appears in midair. And bobs. This is Sophitia, our helper from a parallel world, for those of you who were not already aware of that. She claims she's actually a super cute, super beautiful woman, but we have no way of knowing since all we can see is her stuffed animal avatar.
and we know at least one of these is a lie.
Yeah. Looks aside, she's got a caustic tongue, so I wouldn't really say she's cute.
You need something?
I put my phone down on the table and turn to Sophie. She heaves a languid sigh.
用がなかったら来ないわよ。
You really don't have to be here at all. You could just talk to us without being here. Yeah, she's not even remotely cute.
So, what is it?
質問があるの。
What kind of question?
何か変わったことは？
Well, that's awfully vague.
I tilt my head quizzically. There's been enough strange things in the past few days that I don't even know what qualifies anymore.
Well, people are getting petrified, or school caught fire, there's these weird artifacts everywhere, users running around with superpowers. It's been nothing but strange things recently.
Has there been anything seemingly normal that's happened recently?
その中でも特に変わったことよ。あえて聞いてるんだからそれくらいわかるでしょ。察しが悪いわね。
Ow.
Oh, sorry for being dim-witted. Anyway, there hasn't been anything... Wait.
あるの？
Yeah. Actually, this was something I was planning on asking you about.
聞かせて。
Something's wrong with me.
それのどこが変わったことなのよ。
My pride.
I knew it. You... whatever for you.
もっと具体的に。
It's like... I know things I shouldn't be able to.
例えば？
Ghost is the evil eye's user.
Sophie's expression stiffens. Or, well, it seems like it does. It's kinda hard to tell since she's a stuffed animal.
そんな言い方をするってことは、確証はないけど確信があるってことね。
How did you know we didn't have proof?
Yeah, exactly. The moment we met Rig Veda, I had the feeling the user of the evil eye was among them. At first, I suspected it was that commander guy. He defended the evil eye's user's actions. His stigma showed up around the eye. He was clearly suspicious. But for some reason, I'm absolutely certain that it's Ghost. I can't explain why. I've got no evidence to back me up. But I'm sure of it.
根拠のない確信。普段ならあなたの勘違い、思い込みでしょってそう済ませるところだけれど。
But I do happen to know of an artifact that gives you baseless certainty.
But what?
あなたの行動には不可解な点が多いのよ。
My actions?
そう。もう少し観測させてちょうだい。何か分かったら教えてあげる。
Okay. That's also vague, thank you.
Is there no... I don't know, trace left behind when an artifact activates?
分かったら教えてあげると言ったのよ。
Fine, sorry.
せっかちね。まあ気持ちは分からないでもないけれど。
It's just... I can't help but worry this is all in my head, and I'm convinced... I convinced myself of a lie.
無意識で処理した情報が直感として現れる。バカにできないわよ、あながち。もっとも直感に確信を持つというのも変な話ね。なかなか興味深いわ。ちゃんと調べてあげるから安心なさい。
I'll investigate more thoroughly since you're of interest to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't really care.
Thanks. I'm counting on you.
まあなたが所持しているアーティファクトに心当たりがないわけではないのよね。
Really?
そうなの。ただそれだと説明がつかないのよね。とにかく分かったら教えてあげる。それまでいい子にして待ってなさい。
Okay, looking forward to hearing about it in episode 4.
What are you, my mom? Fine, I'll...
じゃあね。
Sophie waves her diminutive hands at me, then vanishes through a tear in space. So there's something inexplicable about my actions, huh? Does that mean my artifact's finally awoken? Or maybe it's been active for a while now. It's kind of unsettling not knowing what's going on with me.
Ah, shit.
I totally forgot I was texting with Senpai. I hurriedly apologize for leaving her on red for so long, despite being the one to start the conversation, then send the question I was going to ask earlier. Do you agree with Rig Veda's goals, Senpai? This time she replies instantly. There's none of the hesitation I saw this morning. Both my other self and I wish to see a world where users don't have to hide who they are to live a peaceful life. but we don't approve of killing innocent people to achieve that goal. I realized Commander was just role-playing when he said that, but that doesn't change the fact that he tried to use his powers on you. I despise violence. If the others are planning on creating a world where violence is an acceptable solution, then I don't think I can stay in Rig Veda. That's a huge wall of text. Just how fast can this girl type? About 200 times faster than she can speak. Maybe she just likes talking? In that case, it might be better if I call her.
No.
No, don't do it. I'm not that good at talking over text. Sora's told me a few times that my messages come across too curt and make me sound angry. I also have that problem sometimes through text. Anyway, I'm relieved Senpai is of the same mind as we are. And that's precisely why I don't want to give her the wrong impression. I've decided to trust Senpai, so there's no harm in talking over the phone. Would it be alright if I called you? There's something I want your help with. As always, the red message checkmark appears instantly. But minutes pass, and there's no reply. Now that I think about it, she's probably just as wary of me as I was of her. I probably should have taken things slower. Man, I am really not cut out for this kind of stuff. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm capable of talking just yet.
Yeah, figures.
I expected her to turn me down. Though it's a shame, I guess this is proof that Kosaka-senpai doesn't have any intention of tricking me. She would have agreed right away if she did. Her backing off is proof that she's still conflicted. She's debating whether she wants to stay with Rig Veda or join us. If all this is an act, then she's one hell of an actor. Just as I finish my analysis, she sends a follow-up message that throws off all of my reasoning. I'm not good with guys. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
She's not good with guys. She's not good with guys? She is not good with guys. Even though she walks to school with a harem of dudes every morning? That doesn't make any sense. Actually, wait. The first time I saw her, she looked pretty uncomfortable with all the attention. She also mentioned her other self in one of her earlier messages. I don't think that's just role-playing. She might really have multiple personalities. Is that because of her power? Or was she like that from the start? Actually, that's a really good question. We always just kind of assumed.
You know what, actually? I always assumed that it was just part of her powers.
It's like maybe she's had a split personality this entire time. Well, whatever. That's not important right now. Gotcha. Text it is. Truth is, there's something I'm planning and I need your help. I decide to tell her everything through text. I explain that I want Senpai to join our group, but that if she does that, her former comrades in Rig Veda will probably turn hostile toward her. I go on to say that I don't want to put her in danger, so I'm thinking of infiltrating Rig Veda instead. And that I'm looking for proof that Ghost is behind the petrification incident, so I want to pretend to be their comrade for a while. Would you be willing to help me? I throw in that last message at the end of my long explanation. Just as I'm about to tell her that she doesn't need to reply right away, and that she can take her time thinking about it, she sends me her response. On second thought, I think we should have talked over the phone. I might not be able to communicate too well, but can I call you? I guess this means she trusts me a little now. I consider telling her sure, but then I decide it'll be faster just to call her myself and hit the call button. Here we go. First conversation with her. I bring my phone up to my ear. The ringing noise continues. She's not picking up. Still not picking up. Come on, pick up already. Wait, is she ignoring me?
Yeah.
The ringing finally stops, and I hear someone on the other end of the line. The faint sound of breathing tickles my ear.
Hello?
もしもし。
Good evening. It's me, Mimi.
For some reason, the way you said it, good evening, it is I. It's just like, are you channeling Dracula a little bit?
No. All right, let me redo that one then.
I never drink wine.
Good evening. It's me, Mimi.
はい、こんばんは。
I suddenly feel like apologizing. Am I really that scary? I mean, when she thought I was a vampire, maybe. Wait a sec. Does she even recognize my name?
I'm Kakeru Nimi, Sora's older brother.
はい。ニミさん。はい。高坂です。
That's fine. I didn't do that well on my line either. I'm sorry for acting like a jerk this morning.
いえ、当然だと思います。私たちが、その、妹さんを、
That's fine. You should have seen what I did to her in the last branch.
ごめんなさい。やっぱり、うまく。
Don't worry about it. Take as much time as you need.
はい。ありがとうございます。
It sounds like she's calmed down a little at least. Her voice isn't as shaky as before.
その、ありがとうございます。
Huh? Oh, yeah. Don't worry. There's no rush. Really.
いえ、今のは、心配してくださって、ありがとうございます。
Worrying about you? Oh, of course. There's no way I could put you in danger just to further my own goals. Sora, my sister, was pretty worried about you too. We both think it'd be safer for you to maintain the status quo, Senpai.
はい、そんな気がします。
That's why I was thinking it'd be better if I went over to your side. Besides, the evil eye. Oh, that's what we call the petrification artifact, by the way. Anyway, I'm certain the evil eye's user is in Rig Veda. Actually, it's more like a hunch because I don't have proof. At any rate, I'm trying to find proof to back up my claim. I want to put a stop to them. You know, before they go after anyone else. But to do that, I'll need your cooperation, Senpai. Could you please lend me your help?
二人を紹介はできます。
Okay.
でも、二人が新見さんを受け入れるかどうか。
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Senpai, your power lets you charm people, doesn't it? Oh, judging by your reaction, I guess not.
そうですね。でも、近いことはできます。
No, thought so. Anyway, I was thinking of using that as my excuse.
その手、私の力で新見さんを仲間にする？
Yeah, I figure it's got a pretty good chance of working. Of course, it's only if you're willing to help, Senpai. I don't mean to force you.
明日とか
Tomorrow? What about it?
二人と会いますか？
Oh, sure.
ごめんなさい。急ですよね。
It's fine. Totally fine. I'm just wondering if you're okay with going this fast.
はい。協力します。したいです。もし二人のどちらかがあの事件の犯人なら協力をしないといけないんだと思います。人を殺すようなそんな力の使い方は良くないと思います。だから
Are you okay?
I talk too much.
ごめんなさい。話しすぎて、あと緊張で限界が。
I had a feeling.
Okay. Thank you for agreeing to help. Take care of yourself, okay?
すみません。
Senpai hangs up in the middle of her coughing fit. I never imagined that the same girl who acts like a domineering queen in public would be so timid. She said that she wasn't good with guys, but it feels more like she's not used to talking to people, period. I still don't have a good grasp on her personality. Which one? But there is one thing I can say for sure. She's not a bad person. At least, that's what my instincts are telling me. I'm sorry I wasn't very articulate. I'll message you again tomorrow. Good night. I text Senpai good night and set my phone on the table. Tomorrow, huh? It is a pretty rapid development, but at least things are working out. All that's left is to hope they buy our story. I need to find proof that Ghost is the Evil Eye's user. Ideally, I'd like to find out what the Evil Eye looks like. That way we can use Kujo's power to steal it. If we can get our hands on the Evil Eye, our job will be done. I just hope things go as planned. They never do.
You know, if things went perfectly according to plan, it'd be a real short episode.
It really would. Alright, well, I think this is a good place to stop this episode/part. Gotta keep those naming conventions up. I know, I feel like half the episode was recap, which is pretty typical for the first episode.
It always is, yeah.
And that's fine. But I do think it's really interesting the development of the subconscious thoughts popping in from other branches and them appearing as sort of pseudo-choices. And the other thing that I noticed that I really like so far is that Kosaka's speech is more rapid.
It is noticeably more rapid than last time.
There is no way that she could be the main protagonist of this episode/route and still talk at the pace that she does in most of the other routes. It would take forever, which that was one of my concerns going into this, but I'm glad that they figured out the balance.
I'll be honest, me too.
Okay, so we were right in regards to him joining up with Rig Veda, but it is an infiltration thing, which makes sense. I mean, there's no way that he'd actually end up going along with Rig Veda's goals. So we'll just see how things develop. I do like the very subtle change of him being the one to reach out to Kosaka instead of Sora. Because
Me too.
I wasn't 100% sure where that was going to split off. I kind of thought maybe it was going to start going along that way, but it makes more sense with her being the main protagonist of this route to have Kakeru do the direct interaction.
It does.
Well, I think that's about all I've got. Do you have anything?
No, I'm really excited for this. I like the character, especially after the last time. So I'm excited for this.
I know, I didn't really know what to make of her after episode 1, but episode 2 really brought out her personality in a great way. Both of them. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.